Part 2. Waiting for the iron to heat up again. So what I'm going to do now is put the pickups back in again. Well, to be fair, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to extend the cable that goes to the coil splitter. I think, is that the way to do it? That's the neck one. Run like that. Yeah, it's not long enough anyway, so that's good. Yeah, so I'm basically just going to extend the black and white ones, which are the cables. So I'm just going to... They might actually say in the box, is there a thing that tells you what the cables are, which one's hot? Yeah, I thought it would. It doesn't really matter whether they're going forwards or backwards, but I'm going to assume green is earth. Oh no, there we go, there's a thing. There we go, right. North, red, start. It's actually got white as the end one, that can't be right. It's giving you... Green is earth, red is hot. Yeah, okay. That's the way I was going to do it anyway. So, I'll pull that off that. Cut a bit of Chaos's wire. I'll try and make it as neat as I can, I think. Because the things are going to rattle about inside this guitar if I don't. That's well long enough. I've not to scrimp on the cable quite as much as I have been. It's like I've got meters of this stuff. I now know what kind to buy. I can buy more when it runs it. Like I always say, I'm tinning the ends. It doesn't matter which way around these go. I don't like doing over, so I'm going to put it over. Wouldn't bother with spilling solder on top of one of my guitars. So I'm going to extend that one. No, I'm going to put it onto the pot first. Yes. Basically just putting one of these onto one side. The other one onto the other side. And I figured I could use this wire to kind of wrap round the other wire to make them sort of hold them all together in a sort of group kind of thing. Just not wanting to go on right the way I do. Sometimes just don't want to be easy. Right. So this is going to up there. So if I make this kind of wrap round that a few times. Kind of that sort of thing. That should keep it kind of quite. Might even goes to put too far as to put it through this wee tie wrap. I should probably put the pickups through this wee tie wrap as well. Actually, if I put them through, voila. I should keep that relatively neat. Right. The switch, it's a 50-50, which is the right way around, isn't it, really? See that? No, see, that's got to make it to the switch, though. Have I gone and cut that wire too short? Probably not. That's annoying me, that one of them sitting there off the volume pot. Yeah. Well, now that I've made those wires too short, really just that, and that. It can go inside. A wee bit of watching me being indecisive. I'm going to have to see if I can find tie wraps or something to try and tidy all this up, I think, at the end. Brilliant. So, one of these is for this. Put more solder on the end of that wire. It's a bit we use 3 of your hands. Fill it without burning yourself. So is it? Sure had it there. Then the wire started burning my fingers. That's good enough for me. I'm just taking it. And a wee bit of green tape around it. And the same with the other pickup. Take off this shielding of the black and the white cables. Put some solder on the end of the cable. I don't need this end, I think it's got plenty of it, but put more on. And then connect that to that. And a wee bit of green tape. There might be some green tape used to tape all this together to try and make it into a sort of a tameable snake. Oh, junk stuff. Oh, that's in there quite nicely. Right. Green is earth. I don't want to leave that big long straggly bit on there because it'll just get in the way. I don't want it to short out because it's a pure pig to get inside these guitars to actually sort these things out. So I'm kind of so there's not a big earth wire sitting there which could expose and could touch something else. Perma connecting the start to the shield. Right, now we're going to snip that. That there, and then that goes on to the earth there. As does this one, exactly the same. Just go to 50-50 these because I'll get it wrong anyway. Hopefully there's enough room to spin it round. Right, so that's it wired. How long has this been? Ready, been 12 minutes so far, so I'll get 20 minutes before Ian comes over. Right, so basically I've got to try and poke everything through the holes now, which is an absolute pig, which is the bit that is going to involve all the swearing. So it is, because I've got to get the jack socket out here, the push-pull pot there, the switch there, the thing there, and then the pickups all in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dump the pickups. I'm going to dump the pickups inside the guitar. That just gets them out of the way. I'm just going to dump the pickups inside the guitar. I'm making this up as I go along, by the way. Right. So first things first, I need to get that out of this hole. And then what I'm going to use to do that is a bass string. I really don't see any other way of doing this. Right, hold on. I'll have to pause it while I go and try and find some things. Some various tools. Right, so I've gone big thing. This is the shouty, sweary, stupidy, hate working on solid on these guitar things coming. So basically I've got some kebab skewers and I've got some tape and I've got bits of wire. So I'm just going to poke away at this until it works. It shouldn't be too hard to get this and this in because you can sort of get at them. This is going to be a pig and the output jack's always a pig. But it's going to be relatively tidy once it's done. So I need to, what I might do is I might stick a kebab skewer through the hole and then tape it onto this. Would that be a good idea? How do I attach it to that? And then just, if that can just somehow hook around it. How do I do that? Oh, right. I've got an idea. If I take a wee bit of it and then make a cross on the end using tape. This may sound insane, but it might work. I'm making like a hook on the end of this. Which it doesn't want to do at all, let's be honest here. And it's not interested. It's not interested. Yeah. So what I'm figuring there is if I poke that through that way, that'll mean I can pull that out through the hole. It does mean I've got to poke this in there and get it through the hole at the back, which might not actually be a very easy thing to do. I'm going to have to do something kind of similar with it. I've got to try and, using 2 fingers, poke that, which I can't see, through a hole that I can't see. That's good. Absolutely no idea where that is. Right, okay. So that's that en route. I just heard that come off that. Right. So that's going to work. This one I'm going to have to, how the hell did I do this? Stick a wire through that hole and then somehow poke it onto the end of that. That's going to be a very shoddy, difficult thing to do, but I'm going to do it. It'll work. Where's that real wire there? Right. I think I can just stick this kind of into the onto the actual pot. Maybe if I bare it, it'll work better. Yes, I know there'll be comments of no. I think what you should do is make a cardboard template. I'm not doing any of that. I'm doing it this way, just because whether it's a good idea or not, I'll find out later. It'll work. Don't fall through that hole. I'm taking a lot more of that off. And once I get one turn on it with on the bolt around the outside, we're there. I need to get that one turn. It's actually might be quite a good grip actually. Right. So I think, and these two I'm not going to worry about because I think I can get it then. So if I pull this through there and this through here, just ditch them inside, I'll worry about them later. And I should be able to get that to come out this hole. You would think, wouldn't you? Is that the hole? That's enough to get it started. This one, just where I've got my secondary kebab skewer. Right, it's there. Right, so now what I want to do is untwist that annoying piece of wire that I just put on, which I just secured on too tightly. Get that off. Get the washer and the thingy onto this without dropping it. This is the fidgety bit because this is the bit where I really want to get a couple of turns on that. Was on. Okay, and the same with the output jack. I need to put a washer. Is that the right washer? No, too small. That's a bigger washer. So got purchase on it, so my thinking was I could now push this kebab skewer back out. So we've now got that's in, this is in, And we've still got the switch, which I figured I could probably get at. I'm losing some washers here. That might be I'll just find it later one. That's there. Alright. So what I've got to do now is get that switch there, which is there, get it round, and then utilising Pinky, try and poke it through that hole, which is now looking at it much further away than it looked a minute ago. Where's the volume control? Right. Just can't just sit and poke at it with kebab skewers until it comes out the hole, can it? You can just poke it with kebab skewers until it comes out the hole. And there's enough room there to move it. Right. The volume control is way over there. How do I get the volume control back over here? Kebab skewer. Let's see if we can get that out of this hole a wee bit. I can. Right. Just make sure we've got the right nut rather than trying to do it when it's... That is the right nut. I don't want to say that went much easier than I thought it was going to go, but that went much easier than I thought it was going to go. I don't even know if I swore at this. We're not there yet though. I've not yet managed to put the other pickup in. And the pickup comes out and does that. And it doesn't... It's not too bad for rattly. I count that as a win. And that switch, there's enough room to spin it round depending on which way it wants to go. So I think we're now at the putting the things back in again. Once I can put these two back in again, I've got someone coming over, I can relax a bit, but I think I've done the hard bit. And of course I'm just assuming it works. When's that ever go wrong? So once I've put two of these in, each of these, then there's nothing really can fall off. I want to comment, there was a good design of the tail piece as well, because that just hooks on under there, so it's dead easy to come off. It doesn't keep battering off the top of the guitar, which I'm always very aware, because it's hollow. Anytime I dropped a screw on it, you can sounds like I'm pure ripping the surface off. It's like no, it's just because it's hollow. It's really loud when you bash it. Voila! Right. And that's a push-pull pot. Now, which will coil split both of these. I did check that it was the right way around. It's definitely pull it up. It's fucking not, is it? It's the other way around. I'll just say I did that intentionally. I'm picturing it in my head. When you pull it up, it connects to self. No, it's you pull it up to make it cusp. I checked it. I was thinking about it there in my head. It was like, oh, before I go any further. But when I've gone further, that's it. So there's my socket set. I'll have a wee go at tightening these up. Nope, never the first one. Good enough. Actually quite good. I could feel that knot turning behind. That I'm not sure about yet. I don't know if I'll be able to get very much on the output jack. Kind of going. That seems to have caught on quite well. I'm worried you're just spinning the thing on the inside, but I don't think we are there. Right, that is getting moved. We really are. We're really at the stage of putting the knob back on again, aren't we? Make sure it looks alright. Looks pretty good to me. Couple of bananas. I'll just put these screws in so I don't lose them. And whatever that switch is doing, I can adjust once it's all built up. Not worried about it. Yep, so I think that can be the end of part 2. I don't think there's really any point in showing you me restringing it, so I'll do a wee demo of it with the new pickups in it as part 3, with the working coil split and all that, and see if it actually sounds better. I think the coil split thing's definitely a thing which this thing wants. Rock on!